guest?
Yes, our next guest who's very involved in downtown Ridgefield, Nancy O'Connell of Nancy O. Welcome.
Right. Thank you.
Nancy, tell us about your store first. Tell us about Nancy O.
Well, Nancy O has been in business for 10 years here in Ridgefield. And we started out down on Big Shop Lane. We're now on Katuna Street at 23 Katuna Street. And we are a fashion and knitting boutique, which is pretty unique in that half of our store is a full-service knitting shop with beautiful fibers from all over the world and knitting classes. Today we're doing a lot of crochet, and I don't normally dress this way. But I look very 70s, I think.
Yes,
I don't know.
I do. The headband, it's good.
The eras
all
are all
working.
kind of crossing over. So anyway, but the other half of our shop is a gift shop, and we do a lot of clothing, sweaters, scarves, jewelry, baby gifts, and really our sensibility to fibers and the way things are put together from our knitting side really contributes to the kind of things that we carry.
Yeah, and knitting is big right now. I mean, a lot of people just want to make their own stuff, and it's very special, and it's something that you can pass down. I mean, are you seeing that it's still popular and kind of growing in popularity?
It is.
Yeah.
And really a tremendous insight is, I always say it's about the process, not the product. And if you think that you're going to save by making your own sweater, it's not what happens. It's very meditative, and we really compare it to yoga in a lot of ways, because you're working with your hands, and really anything that you create in that whole process that takes you out of yourself and lets you really process something is going to be meditative, and that's why a lot of people knit.
How can someone learn to knit?
They can come to Nancy O and take classes.
She'll show them.
And a lot of people are self-taught. And if you go to YouTube today, there are a lot of free videos, and you can just keep replaying it and replaying it. But we give classes, Continuing Ed. Liz Doty over at Ridgefield Continuing Ed has a wonderful program. So there are all kinds of options, whether you have a friend. If you're like me, I'm wearing granny squares, but my grandmother taught me to knit many, many years ago.
Wow.
So it is passed down from generation.
Yeah.
But we accept newbies all the time and help people in the shop.
Now, Nancy, another part of what you do, other than, run Nancy O, is you're so involved in downtown Ridgefield, and you're really involved in these events. I mean, how did that all get started that you just jumped in and helped out like that?
My background is marketing and events, and that's something that I like to think I do well. So when I opened the business in town, the two things, how do I get exposure? How do I get people to find me back on Big Shop Lane where I was to get involved. And I served on the Downtown Ridgefield board for about 4 years, and I've been on the Chamber of Commerce board for the past 6 years. Part of that time overlapped. And this particular event, Jeffrey Morris, who's from Morris Media, he chaired the event because this was about my fourth I was going to be up to chair. And I said, this year, let someone else take the reins. But I was happy to help, and I've had a great time.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. And Ridgefield's such a unique community, and this downtown area is really important to people, I think, and it's a draw.
It is.
I mean, even thinking of something like the holiday stroll or all the events that get planned. And, it's overcast, and we're still getting a good crowd out here.
I hope we get a real big crowd.
Yeah. Are you guys doing anything special for today?
We are. We're having a Granny Square celebration. So, and I did a little reading on it, and Granny Squares date way back. I actually have a blanket that my grandmother made out of Granny Squares back in the 30s or 40s. But in the 70s, it became really popular, and I found some pictures, kind of that hippie look with and this is a Granny Square. And I don't crochet usually. I've got a needle here. I don't crochet usually. I usually knit, but it's a different process.
Right.
But I got out the old YouTube one night at 10 o'clock at night and started to make Granny Squares 2 weeks ago. And you should come see the tree up there because I've pretty much covered it.
Oh, cool.
And you can come contribute and learn how to make a Granny Square.
Oh, I love that. All right, Nancy, again, tell people how they can find out more about Nancy O.
Well, you can come to Nancy O on Katuna Street. We have a beautiful website. It's called shopnancyo.com. And we've got pretty much everything about the shop there. We don't sell a lot on there. It's more experiential. We have knitting patterns, gift ideas. It's always evolving, and we welcome anyone to come.
Great. All right. Nancy O'Connell of Nancy O, thanks so much for talking to us.
Okay, you're
welcome. All right.
welcome.
Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
day.
Bye-bye.